On this dusty hillside in Guatemala's western highlands, Francisco Leon Soc prepares a field for planting. A decade ago, he could grow enough corn to feed his family for most of the year, but these days, his harvests are getting smaller and smaller. Francisco says climate change is to blame.
The weather shouldn't be like this. It used to rain in the middle of April, but now the rain doesn't arrive until the end of May or the beginning of June. We always wait until it's rained before we plant our corn. If it doesn't rain, we don't plant because the seeds won't grow.
Average daytime temperatures in Guatemala have risen over the past decade, while crop-damaging frosts are more common. And when it does rain, it often pours for days, washing the topsoil away. Guatemala already has the highest rate of child malnutrition in the Western Hemisphere, and in the Western Highlands, indigenous subsistence farmers make up half the population. When crops here fail, people leave. Julio Leon Cac wants to follow his uncles to the United States. The 18-year-old says that there's no future for young people in his village. The only people he sees getting ahead have left to work abroad and send money back.
I want to make something out of my life, to be able to follow my dreams. I want to get a good education, find a job, and help my family. Here it's a struggle to save even a tiny bit of money.
As Guatemala's dry corridor continues to expand, more farming families are set to struggle. Guatemala is one of the 10 countries in the world most impacted by climate change. And while people leave the country for many different reasons, at the root you'll often find climate change. That makes adapting to and mitigating the changing weather patterns a priority. Marcos Leon Chahac knows how far a little help can go. He built this drip irrigation system as part of a US-funded project focused on crop diversification, water and soil conservation, and reforestation. The goal, to create a stable income from agriculture.
We
have the desire and the will. What we don't have is the capital. But the assistance from US aid and other countries helps drive us forward. Not just me, but many farmers. We're able to help our families, and we're able to better care for the environment.
President Donald Trump cut aid to Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras for failing to stop illegal migration. For families like Francisco's, that could make the decision on whether or not to migrate to the United States that much easier. David Mercer, Al Jazeera, Paraje, León, Guatemala.